Hello and good evening to my fellow Jamaicans. Listen, y'all. I love y'all, peeps, and let me tell y'all something. You all gotta take this hurricane really serious. Something fishy is going on, and they're not really coming straight forward with the Jamaican people. But let me tell y'all something. It's a Category 5 hurricane. Notice courthouse closing down, all kind of government building closing down. They're discharging persons from hospital. So if you have a broke foot, a broke hand, one cut, listen, as long as you have life and you breathe, if you even have one oxygen pan you and a little oxygen you go for, then we go take it off of you and send you home. You're going to be discharged. Them only want to keep people at emergency intensive. That mean that this hurricane coming and it's going to create damages, because guess what? They only want to be there for people who they're going to save their lives. So Jamaicans, I'm asking you guys to take every precaution that you guys can take and take this thing serious, please. If you live in a zinc house and a zinc roof and your neighbor have wall house, don't be afraid. Swallow your pride and ask for a stay over. Listen, we are one people, we are one family. Category 5. Melissa is coming in a category 5, guys, and it's pretty serious. And when you see hospital discharging people, courthouse closing down, and certain things that JPS having big brief meeting, this is serious. I'm telling you guys, this is serious. The last time I hear about hurricane, I don't see that running up and down here and them bag of meeting and private talks. Guys, please take it serious. Stop telling yourself that there's no hurricane coming. It is coming, and it is a category 5. Some places in Jamaica, the rain already start falling. Guys, I'm begging y'all, take this really serious, because let me tell you something. I feel like this hurricane coming to tear Jamaica apart, and we got to take it serious and pray in the meantime. Please, guys, I'm begging you all. I just was looking at something from the Met Office and this don't right. I'm telling you, it is serious. It is serious. We don't want to hear nobody talking about it going turn back. It now come Jamaica. Listen, would love to pray that it's not coming. And we're praying that it's not coming to Jamaica. But guys, be prepared. It's coming and it's going to be disastrous.
So there's a storm heading our way, possible hurricane, moving 1 mile per hour, building up very strong and dangerous in the Caribbean Sea. Now, a lot of panicking are taking place at this moment because supermarket empty. Everywhere you go, it get empty because people are preparing. Banks are closing down. Hospitals are releasing patients. They are calling on family members to come and get your family out of the hospital once is not in a life-threatening situation. You understand? If it is not an emergency, the hospital no one see you at this time. Also, people, JPS let us know that they're gonna cut their power, and it going to possibly cost you more on your next light bill. Water Commission are also threatening that they're gonna turn off their water system as well, and possibly you're going to get a bigger water bill. So when it come on to storm season, something like this where them have people panicking, telling us that they're gonna cut the power, and after the power turn on back, you're going to get a bigger bill. They're gonna cut your water, and after the water come on back, you're going to get a bigger bill. Who is really benefiting from all of this? It's like a struggle to poor people. And I don't understand how the government of Jamaica, they allow JPS to rob we the people of Jamaica. We're already poor. We already can't even find food to eat. Right? Storm they come and whole heap of people right now don't have a pound of rice to go in with go lockdown. But at the end of the day, the Jamaican Public Service Company are threatening us that they will rob us right in front of our eyes. We no blow storm. We cannot blow storm. We no God. So why we shouldn't pay more if storm blow? Why we shouldn't play more pan water and pan light if storm blow? Why? People, all I can say is that we in a trouble, you know. We in a trouble. But apart from them people, I want you all to take this storm as a wake-up call. You see what happened last year? Burial come and destroy Jamaica. Now this one is moving 1 mile per hour. And it come straight at Jamaica, close to Jamaica it come develop in a hurricane again. And it going to linger around till around Tuesday, people. So I'm just try to show you what's really going on out there, people. We need to fast and pray. Blessed day to my viewers and my subscribers. May hope everybody having a blessed and a wonderful day. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, remember, in everything you do, always put God first. In every any situation, just always remember to call upon God. Always remember to pray, because a prayer day keep the devil away. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, we have a lot coming up inside this update, so you definitely don't want to miss none. So remember, watch the video until the end. Also, like up the video, share up the video, and subscribe to the channel. Alright? Make a run the intro and come back. We're soon forward. Welcome back to my viewers and my subscribers. Big up to all of my viewers. Big up to all of my subscribers. We continually support the channel and help the channel to grow. Now, people, remember to like and share this video and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed as yet. So now, my viewers and my subscribers, Melissa is heading our way. Yeah, people, that is what the storm name, Melissa. And it will come with a lot of rain, a lot of water. So, people, I want to say to you all, if you're living in an area where, it is easy to flood out, then I think you need to take yourself away from that area and don't wait until things get worse on you. Nobody sit down and wait and say, boy, yeah, wait first. No storm now come, no rain now fall. Leave and go somewhere. Go to a higher ground. Because to me, people, this storm that is coming, the storm with them call name Melissa, it is not a simple storm. It is not a normal storm. If you realize it will move 1 mile per hour. And it will take it time and it will build up. And I like the real storm them, where it's a storm will come and it blow past a long time. No, this one I do damage. It come to take life. So people, the best thing I can say to you all is be prepared for the worst. Alright?
This is Natalie Nita Garvey, Shadow Minister on Local Government and Participatory Democracy. I'm issuing an urgent call to the Minister of Local Government, Honorable Desmond McKenzie, to release the September Parochial Revenue Fund allocations immediately. Tropical Storm Melissa demands a comprehensive drain cleaning program for which the Minister himself designated these funds. Yet, the councils have received nothing. This haphazard disbursement of funds is preventing critical maintenance work. My consultations with mayors and minority leaders across the country confirm constant lateness in transfers from the Ministry of Local Government to the local authorities. This situation poses a high risk to property and life, as the last exercise of drain cleaning was done in June 4 months ago, which in itself was inadequate. This has formed a wider part of a cash crunch, where local government authorities have to be subsidizing salaries coming out of the recent review of compensation. Despite government pronouncements, if basic works like drain cleaning are not done, the people face dire consequences. Minister Mackenzie is currently presiding over a cash-strapped system. Unless he acts urgently, the local government system is heading back to the crisis of the 1980s.
Labourite, on a jar to the front of the line. The Minister of Local Government, Dead Man Mackenzie, are holding on to disaster management funds. The funds that these people need to clean drainage and all of them something there. Dead Man Mackenzie will look like sitting where dead already. A whole on upon the money that can save the lives of the Jamaican people, that can stop a lot of flooding from happening in Jamaica. Why Dead Man Mackenzie a whole on upon the funds? Maybe in thief all right, allegedly. Who to tell? Because these people are so finger touching till them always a trouble wanna trouble them. And then a fight to put in the back. And when you find out say they do it, they must behave as if them never do it. But people, that is a national disgrace what Dead Man Mackenzie are doing. Oh, you feel hold on upon the disaster management funds. Release the money, man. Release the money so the MPs them and the councillor them can go get to do them work. All right, Dead Man, you're your prime minister. Well, on a wicked, man. Me can't tell you, no.
My fellow Jamaicans, this is Omar Newell, your Shadow Minister for the Environment and Climate Resilience. As we brace for the possible impact of Tropical Storm Melissa within the next 48 hours, I want to urge everyone to take this system seriously. Please stay tuned to updates from the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management and follow all official advisories. Stock up on essential supplies, food, water with flashlights with batteries, and any necessary medication. Keep your phones fully charged and make sure your important documents are stored safely in waterproof containers. If your home is at risk, make arrangements to stay with family or go to the nearest designated shelter. Remember, your safety and that of your loved ones comes first. Let's look out for our neighbors, especially the elderly and vulnerable. Stay calm, stay alert, stay informed, and stay safe, Jamaica. One love.
Now the Jamaican Thieving Company, JPS, are planning to cut power, but they're planning on raising your light bill. So, throughout the storm, you're not going to have no power, but your current are going to use twice or triple the amount we always use. Your power bill are going to go up double or triple because you will have to pay for the hurricane and the rain that fall. And if a pole should break down, then you will have to pay for the pole as well. If a tree branch that JPS should be going around and cutting down fall on any of these light wires or pole, JPS will be charging you, the Jamaican people, for that. And your government, your prime minister, are allowing a private company to rob you, the people of Jamaica, and put money in their pocket. Wicked and cruelness, that man. No, sir.
Let us be frank. We have faced multiple weeks of significant rainfall. What does that mean for us? The ground is saturated. Saturated ground combined with increased rainfall in the order of what I'm hearing 6 to 12 inches, plus wind sustained in the order of 50 miles per hour, increases the likelihood of power outages. So I'm standing here to let you know the lights are going to go out. So let us plan for the lights going out. With that being said, we are committed, we are positioned, we are resourced, and we stand ready to respond. I also have confidence in the work that we have done in regards to our infrastructure improvement. In full transparency, I will say some of the potential pressures that a bill has is based on the change in the fuel mix that we have during storms. I just got a report a while ago that the floating storage regasification unit, that's the unit that supplies our liquefied natural gas, due to the threats and the adverse weather conditions, they're going to go ahead and demobilize. What does that mean? We're no longer going to have access to liquefied natural gas at some of our facilities, and unavailability of a particular unit that's only able to burn liquefied natural gas that's controlled by the independent power producers. So what that means for us then is units that are able to burn the alternate diesel oil, those units will burn alternate diesel oil. The reality is that's a more pricey commodity than liquefied natural gas, so that could potentially have upward pressures on the bill. In addition to the reality that now that you have some of the more efficient combined cycle units that are unavailable who would burn gas, you're now burning less efficient unit that's burning heavy fuel oil, and that could also have upward pressures on the bill. So the reality is, due to the fuel mix, independent power producers being unable to burn alternate diesel oil, and the need to burn less efficient fuel to ensure the security of the grid and what you call security dispatch, there could be potential upward pressure. The good news is we're working with the OUR and other agencies to minimize that potential impact. I'll just close lastly with one thing that says the other thing that happens during a hurricane is that the renewable energy, wind and solar, are significantly curtailed. Curtailment in the order of over 80%. Therefore, in terms of the availability of that, you're talking about less than 20%. So in Jamaica, we have just over 50 megawatts of solar. The expected output during a hurricane, given the cloud cover, is pretty much zero or a little bit above that. So you now are going to have to be running other units that's burning fossil fuel to offset that to meet the customer demand, and also ensure you have system stability and not a shutdown. Those combined effects in terms of not having availability of liquefied natural gas, the curtailment of renewables leads to potential upward trends in regards to bills and the impact. But we'll work with regulators and other agencies to see what we can do to soften or minimize that.
So there was a big brawl in Parliament since week, which I did a video about, right? I'm going to put it as my end card on this video. So if you never watch it, you can go ahead and check it out. But all of it has stemmed from GN cleaning and all of that people. But this is where it starts from, where Matthew Samoda said this in Parliament, and the People's National Party were asking questions, but Juliet Holiness wasn't having it because it will expose their corruption. And you know, when it come on to the corruption part, Juliet Holiness no want her husband, she and her party to be exposed as corruption. So people, check out the video with Matthew Samoda and then we'll come back and talk some more.
Our emergency management teams under the coordination of the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, are on full alert. Importantly, I want to assure you that your government is working tirelessly to ensure that the systems we have developed to protect you are indeed activated. The Met Service of Jamaica, for which I have portfolio responsibility, continues to monitor the storm's movement closely and will provide continuous updates as new data becomes available. This administration is one that puts the concept of joined-up government certainly into practice. So the Met Service and ODPEM have been collaborating closely to ensure a smooth flow of information and preparatory activities. Relevant ministries and agencies have been advised to activate their preparedness protocols. In this respect, I'm also speaking and sharing on behalf of my colleague, Minister Desmond McKenzie, the Minister responsible for ODPEM, who is overseas on personal business. We are in close contact and continue to monitor to ensure that we're able to help Jamaica navigate this tropical storm threat. As you are aware, ODPEM is the country's primary disaster preparedness response agency and works closely with all local authorities in the preventative phase of disaster management. In this respect, disaster coordinators are on alert to assist potentially vulnerable persons in our communities across the island. Additionally, the island-wide network of 881 shelters will be made available as the need arises, and the shelter managers are already on alert and preparing the designated spaces. Later today, At 3:30 p.m., the National Response Team will be meeting to evaluate the situation and the next steps. This team is coordinated by the ODPEM and involves a wide range of stakeholders, including the Met Service and municipal corporations. On behalf of Minister Morgan, I am advising also that the NWA is currently assessing drains and will take necessary emergency action based on the current threat assessment.
So there is where it all started. Now it was time for questioning. So the opposition would be questioning the government. They would be questioning Matthew Samoda. But the House Speaker, which is Juliet Holiness, wasn't even having it because the People's National Party are not entitled to ask any question regarding to public funds, regarding to the public business. Them not supposed to help the public to understand what's going on. So Juliet Holiness shut them down, clamp them down, and tell them to sit down. People, check this out.
So members, member, that's not how the speaker operates. So I'm going to say it for the final time. Your question must be as it relates to the statement that was made by Minister today. Your question must be exactly in keeping with the statement by Minister. That is the ruling. Your question should not be questions about National Works Agency, Ministry of Health, and all the other ministries that this minister is not responsible for. All your questions must be questions in respect of his statement and ministry. So this is my last time. And that is a ruling of the Speaker. Member from St. Mary, Southeast.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The minister, in his statement, said this administration is one that puts the concept of
just go
joined up
straight to the question,
government.
member.
Is the minister aware of outstanding amounts?
Member, please take your seat. Please take your seat. Please take your seat. Members, are there any other questions in respect of the statement by Minister? Are there any other questions? The member from St. James West Central.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, my question to the Minister is about the preparedness protocols of the relevant ministries and agencies. Where can they be accessed?
The member The member from Westmoreland Central.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. There's a question to the Minister. Quickly, Minister, will there be, in the light of the impending disaster, will there be any emergency funding being made available to satisfy like drain cleaning and stuff like that, knowing that we're still in the hurricane season?
Are there any other questions? Minister? Oh, you have another one?
Madam Speaker, I am here on behalf of the residents of Southeast St. Andrew who are anxious because 4 weeks ago, when we had heavy rains,
what is your question?
I'm coming to it.
No,
I am coming
ask
to
your
my
question.
I am coming to my question.
Members, it is very evident. It is very evident. It is very evident that the questions are not in respect of the statement by Minister. The member from Westmoreland Western, from Westmoreland Central, his question was not in respect of a statement made by the Minister, and neither is this question being asked by, neither is this being asked by the member from St. Andrew Southeast.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.
Members, there's a question from the Leader of Opposition, the member from St. Andrew South.
I'm very concerned by the way in which the proceedings are being conducted. We are attempting to ask questions. We are attempting to ask questions arising from the statement. The statement was a wide-ranging statement. It not only touched and concerned the specific minister's portfolio, he also said he was speaking on behalf of the Minister of Local Government, who is overseas, who has direct responsibility for disaster preparedness. On more than one occasion, the member on this side who was sought to ask a question has been prevented from completing the question, and instead a point of order has been taken, which I don't know what the ruling was, or you yourself have intervened to prevent the statement, the question from being asked. Yes. I want to know what the question was that the member for South East St. Mary was seeking to ask. I don't know what his question is.
Member. If we have no other questions, announcements. Announcements.
So that is what happened, people. The People's National Party walk out and left the Jamaican Labour Party. Make them go and do them thing by themselves. Because if them can't ask them no question, the public not supposed to know what's going on. Right? Contractor not supposed to be paid. Jail not supposed to be clean because the people them when living at the ghetto can always wash away and go on. then so be it. On one say in Parliament because the People's National Party said that they're not going to stick around and help to become a monster against the Jamaican people. But people, I want to state in the chat and down below in the comment section. And as usual, people, remember to like, comment, and share, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed as yet. And remember, love is the answer, God is love, and God is within us. Alright? Big up on yourself. Check out this video from Nikisha Bircher.
This week in Parliament, things took a turn. We walked out. Yeah. Walking out of Parliament is never the best thing to do, but sometimes it's the only thing left to do. When the Speaker becomes too biased for debate, when the people's voices are being muzzled and microphones cut, Parliament stops being the people's house. So what drove us to that point? Why did the opposition walk out? And what does it mean for Jamaica, especially with a storm on the way? Let's break it down for you. So what should have been a critical discussion on Jamaica's disaster readiness turned instead into a display of arrogance and control, microphones cut, members silenced, and legitimate questions ignored. Before that walkout, several issues were raised, all pointing to the same truth. Jamaica is not ready for the storm. MP for Central St. Mary, Omar Newell, opened the debate with a clear call for leadership. He said, climate change needs its own ministry and not just a line in another portfolio.
But climate change, as I've always thought, deserves its own ministry. And I want to applaud him on being appointed to that ministry. We on this side stand ready to work with the government to ensure that our people, the people of Jamaica, have access to proper information, to accurate information, and to timely information as we prepare for what may come.
He also pointed out that communication between the government and municipal corporations is breaking down, noting that the St. Mary Municipal Corporation hasn't received an allocation for drain cleaning since July. Drains left uncleaned for months are already clogged, and with Tropical Storm Melissa threatening the island within the next 24 to 48 hours, that's not just mismanagement, that's looming danger.
I want to point out that the councillors in the St. Mary Municipal Corporation indicate that the last allocation they received was for July. And so they are not in any position to step in and readiness. So while we pray for help, and while we hope for help, and while we wish for help, Madam Speaker, we had an opportunity to prepare, and we did not adequately prepare.
Then came MP Christopher Brown from Southeast St. Mary, representing one of Jamaica's most landslide-prone constituencies. He tried to ask a simple question, urgent question: what's being done right now for communities facing landslides and flooding? And do we have the support to make the cleanup work and the preventative work possible?
Saying that I am pleased to stand in the capacity of member from Southeastern St. Mary. And I want to thank the Minister for his statement. Landslides are a feature of these systems that are before us and that we are discussing today. In fact, over the past
Instead of an answer, his microphone was cut before he could finish the question, and he was told to sit down. That prompted MP Damien Crawford to rise, reminding the House that even the minister's own statement mentioned landslide-prone areas. So how could Brown's question not be relevant?
A statement was made today by the minister who is appointed to a particular portfolio. In that statement, paragraph 5, the minister said, and I quote, "We are particularly mindful of the potential for landslides in our mountainous parishes especially in areas of soil saturation, is already high. Therefore, I am confused as to how it is that it is not appropriate within a question to this particular statement, regardless of the minister's portfolio. The minister was appointed by the government to make this particular statement. Therefore, without being properly briefed.
Member, thank you very much. You may take your seat. No, member, you may take your seat. Member, take your seat, please. Member, take your seat, member. Member, take your seat. Member.
Still, the Speaker ruled to move on. Next up, MP Dwayne Vaz asked whether emergency funds would be released for urgent drain cleaning, especially with gullies overflowing and debris piling up.
Madam Speaker, there's a question to the Minister. Quickly, Minister, will there be, in the light of the impending disaster, will there be any emergency funding being made available to satisfy like drain cleaning and stuff like that, knowing that we're still in the hurricane season?
That question too went unanswered. But before all of this, Minister Matthew Samuda, responsible for environment and climate change, stood up and said he was speaking on behalf of Minister Desmond McKenzie, who was overseas and is responsible for local government, including ODPEM. He called it the best joined-up government in this part of the hemisphere. But while the minister was free to speak across portfolios, opposition members were told they couldn't ask related questions about landslides, blocked drains, or contractors being able to fulfill their duties. That's not joined-up government. That's joined-up muzzling, and we want joined-up accountability. As frustration grew, the leader of the opposition rose to make a submission, asking why questions were being shut down.
Madam Speaker.
Members, there's a question from the leader of opposition, the member from St. Andrew South.
I'm very concerned by the way in which the proceedings are being conducted. We are attempting to ask questions. We are attempting to ask questions arising from the statement. The statement was a wide-ranging statement. It not only touched and concerned the specific minister's portfolio, he also said he was speaking on behalf of the Minister of Local Government, who is overseas, who has direct responsibility for disaster preparedness. On more than one occasion, the member on this side who was sought to ask a question has been prevented from completing the question, and instead a point of order has been taken, which I don't know what the ruling was, or you yourself have intervened to prevent the statement, the question from being asked. I want to know what the question was that the member for South East St. Mary was seeking to ask. I don't know what his question is.
Member.
That's when the Speaker, the Honorable Juliet Holness, cut off his microphone mid-submission. It was blatant disrespect. The final straw. The opposition protested inside the chamber, demanding that the member be allowed to speak. After the Speaker refused and cut off the leader of the opposition's mic, the walkout became our last resort.
If we have no other questions, announcements.
I know. This walkout wasn't about theatrics. It was about principle. We came ready to ask serious questions about disaster readiness, and the government responded with arrogance and silence. So the question isn't why we walked out, it's why the government refuses to answer. Because when the storm hits, whether it's Tropical Storm Melissa or another crisis, accountability can't be washed away with the rain. So, ready or not? I'm Nikisha Burchell, and this has been The Breakdown Parliament edition. Stay informed, stay engaged, and keep demanding better.